Alrighty. So if you are confused about this, I'm having a few technical difficulties, but that's okay. Um, so what we're going to be doing today is we are going to be building this Lego set right here. Now, many of you have seen this one before, and I've been wanting to do this one for a while, but I never really had the opportunity, but I have the opportunity today. So we're going to put the Batmobile away, and we're going to focus on this. Now, if you are new here, then welcome, first of all. Second of all, don't forget to like and subscribe if you are not subscribed already. Normally, this is a retro gaming channel. I play a lot of old video games, and some of them newer, some of them older. I like to mix it up. I don't really have a specific time period that I'm going for, but everybody likes what they like, and they don't what they don't like. So, anyway, all right. So let's get started with this bad boy. I already opened the top of the box because it's a little confusing to open. I haven't had a lot of Lego sets in my days, but this is a little confusing because you had to push these two things in when it's open instead of them just putting a piece of tape over it and calling it a day. Anyway, here we go. Okay, so the box. And we have some many figures for this one. We have Wolverine, Rogue, I believe Cyclops, and Magneto. And this is a pretty thick instruction book. So let's get started. I have to take care of one thing really quick. Alrighty. All right, so the first step is dump absolutely everything out. Take our two pieces here, and we have some pieces to put in them. So try and track those down. Bag them in. Choose. Bag them on. I forgot how loud building the Lego. And obviously, Wolverine is going to be the first one that we build because he's the most awesome. Where, what? His legs are blue. Haha, that's why. Now, okay, so they were turned over and I couldn't see the the yellow. I was looking for the yellow and less of the blue, but that's okay. So there's Wolverine in his yellow and blue costume in all of his glory. This is my first, surprisingly, my first yellow and blue Wolverine minifigure. So we'll set him on top of my computer right here and we'll move on. Check these two. They go next to each other. Okay. Make sure I'm using the right piece. So it looks like these two are identical. After each other. Now, I actually work on airplanes for a living, and so a lot of the terminology may come out whenever I'm talking because that's what I use at work every day. So we need yellow ones, gray one, another yellow one, and then another gray one. Okay, that's second page completed. So now we need two of the red pieces. Two, and they go. They look kind of like giant Lego flippers. So I'm going to call them. I'm going to call them the flippers need to go towards each other. And then it's this piece right here. And for anybody watching who's like, "Wow, that picture looks really really crappy," well, um, this will not be my only time doing this, and until the next time that I do it, I'm going to make an effort to fix whatever lighting camera issues that I have, so that we get a better picture and you guys can see what I'm doing. All right. So next we have another um, another piece of the fuselage, and those are the little blank barrel. Take those out. Probably should have gotten all four of them at one time. It was pretty smart on Lego's part to put these itty bitty pieces like this in the smaller bag. Like Wolverine's claws are in there too. which I didn't put them on yet, but I will in just a second. This. There we are. Let's see here. That all right? Those are brown. We got these guys right here, which are going to go here. And there. And one really interesting thing about trying to build Lego sets with hands as big as mine are is whenever it comes to itty bitty pieces like this one. But to my benefit, everything's too small for my hand. So I'm used to it. Now let's move on to the next page. And so apparently I can set that aside. We'll take the little right angle and another one of the yellow pieces. Try to make it where I pick up that bag every single time. Go there, and then these light gray pieces, one on top of the other, and then a blue little cap goes on top of that. For anybody who's watching this, whether replay or otherwise, and you're watching it like a YouTube short, I'm doing my best to keep everything in the middle of the camera so you guys can see it. I probably will deviate a little bit, but I am making conscious effort to do that. Okay. These little white doodads here. Big white, blue. Sorry, colorblind apparently. Blue, gray. Black together like that. And it's going to go on there. That. Okay. Interesting. Put that to the side. And then we have this little guy, which is in, let's see here, 6. All right, let's see if I can do this right. Hopefully the first time. All right. I think I pulled it off. So this is going to go in here. And then this is going to mount that. Oh wait, hang on. Maybe missing something here. Oh, okay. And this is going to go that. This is going to go. So we have the beginning stages of a cockpit. So now we'll set that to the side. And then we will get this guy. I'm going to take this here yellow piece. I'm assuming it goes all the way forward. It doesn't, it's not 100% clear. Looks like it goes all the way forward. Then we'll take these two pieces right here, put them back. All right, get on there. Is that two pieces? Yeah, that's two pieces. Okay. So then this, and then this. And then we're going to connect this to the back of the cockpit. We're getting somewhere. Then take these two long pieces and put them from the side of the cockpit or out of the instrument panel back as far as that go. Then I have to put these little tiny bitty stickers on here. And I'm probably going to take these pieces out so that I can get my hand in there. And if you're wondering what in the world is he doing with a pocket knife, I am simply prying these pieces out. Three goes on the left, four goes on the right. Going forward. Four goes on the right. I'm trying to do this to make it where everybody can see what I'm doing, but the angle of it makes it a little bit more difficult for me to actually see. Okay, so 4 goes on the right, grab the cockpit, and place. 3 goes to the left. Well, whenever you get on an aircraft and you see little signs that, say, no smoking in the bathroom, or, give you some sort of or FAA regulation, or gives you instructions about something inside an aircraft, somebody had to go in and put that there, and it's called putting on decals. And in my job, I don't normally do that. Interesting. So I remembered seeing this in the front of the book, and I didn't know that this is actually a Lego removal tool. So that's kind of interesting. I've never seen that one before in the other kits that I did. Alrighty. So now we'll move on to the next and we're going to assemble more of the cockpit. And I know that somewhere along the way, there's somebody with a 12-year-old living in their head, much like I have. And every time I say cockpit, they start giggling. And again, I understand because sometimes the 12-year-old in my head giggles whenever I say it too. All right. So let's look at the picture. Looks like we're doing pretty good so far. So we got most of the bottom of the fuselage built. Now we use the little grate pieces. This and this right here. Where are these guys going? These guys are going on the back. And then the two triangles. One is going. Zazel is going there. So basically, that makes the pilot or pilot and co-pilot seat. Normally they're next to each other, but this is comic books, and I'm not going to judge. And then we have some sort of a heads-up display screen, which I'm not seeing at the moment. Oh, there it is. It's hiding. And by the way, if you're watching this and you would like to follow along, there is the set number, and you can go to the Lego website and follow what I'm doing page by page. So you kind of know what's coming next if you want to do that. If not, no big deal. Okay. I just realized that, and I was like, wait a minute. Like it's almost interactive. You know what I mean? Got the heads up display on. Next, we're going to have these long rails right here. go to the front. Okay. All right. So now that we have cockpit, pretty well built, I'm going to set it to the side. Then we're going to grab our other piece right here. We're going to start with this little yellow guy. Are you yellow? This, put it back. And the two yellow studs are going to go right behind. And we're going to take 3 of those brown pieces. Oops, I made a mistake. I'm glad that they included this tool, but it wasn't working, so I had to go with the pocket knife. This little yellow part's going to go right next to the gray one, like this. And then the 3 brown ones, one is going to go here. One going to go here. Another one is going to go here. All right. And next, it looks like we join this to back of the previously symbol. So we got one heck of a little boat going on here. Kind of cool looking. I still love the heads-up display and the little clear screen in the front. I've got to hold this thing in the middle. So. Turning the page. So we have more of the long, slender pieces. And they go from the back of the little grates here. Here. Oh, I forgot. I forgot to put the decals on. That's okay. So 2 is going to go on the right. I'll grab the decals. And I'm going to try to do this without taking the pieces out of the aircraft. I'm still talking like I'm at work. So, try to do this. It's not really straight, but it's pretty darn close. So I'm not going to be too fussed about it. And then one goes on the left. Which is funny because in aircraft, when there's a basically a rule of thumb that numbers odd numbers 1, 3, 5, 6 or 1, 3, 5, 7. Odd numbers indicate left side, and even numbers indicate right side. And these are numbered 1, 2, 3, and 4, the one and 1 and 3, 2 and 4. So it kind of checks out. Interesting little tidbit that nobody really needs to know, but I thought it was. Now, now that we have a second, let's take Wolverine's claws and put them on him. And essentially, his little Lego clamp hands are holding the claws instead of them being on the back of his hands. But that's okay. There we go. Wolverine has his claws. Grr. And by the way, um, I don't know how many of you can see it, but I'm wearing a Wolverine Weapon X t-shirt. It wasn't planned that way, but it still works out. Okay, so we got our decals on. They're in the aft section of the aircraft. This part is multiple steps in one step. We're over here, so that's interesting. So first, what do we got? So those two, then these two. Take this guy, that on there, and then this on there, and put that in there. Then we're going to do the same thing to the other side. There, that there. Oh, hey, Catherine. So, can you hear me at all, or I'm just quiet? And somebody just cranked up their lawnmower outside. That's okay. My wife's going to be vacuuming in a little bit. So, alrighty. We can move past that page. Oh, hold on just a second. I know how to fix that. At least I think so. We'll find out in a second. There we go. That should be much better. I don't have any music or anything playing, but you should be able to hear my voice now because I had it turned down um, from my last stream. Okay, good. Way louder now. Awesome. I forgot to turn my voice back up from my last live stream, but anyway. So yeah, we are building Legos today. If you're interested, you can go to the Lego website and put in 76281, and you can actually follow the instructions of what I'm doing. If you are so inclined to do so. Alrighty. Tyler's YouTube.
Tyler.
She scared the crap out of me.
Sorry, I didn't mean to scare you. I thought you were recording. I didn't know you were streaming.
No,
Cool beans.
I don't normally talk this much whenever I'm recording unless
That's
you
what I was
actually
kind of
explain something.
wondering. Yeah.
Oh, you had a skill issue. What kind of skill issue did I have? I mean, I'm not really all that surprised. That's for that.
Oh.
All right, so we got seats.
When you misplaced a Lego and had to pop it out.
Oh yeah, that actually I may be about to have to do that again. I have it right.
In his defense, he hasn't done very many of these.
Oh no, I did it right. Okay. Yep. Hey, skill issue's a skill issue.
Is it still a skill issue if you haven't developed a skill?
It's a issue. It's a issue of skill because I don't have it yet. I guess. I don't know.
Or is it an ignorance issue? Skill ignorance? I don't know.
I don't know what the rules are.
Me either.
All right. So we got this little bitty thing right here. And then
Kind of hilarious that he's there.
he's also the first one built.
That's fun.
Yeah. So they had the best character as the first Lego minifigure that you built.
Wow, that looks huge in your hand.
No, it looks really small in mine.
Being sarcastic.
Oh. Oops.
Am I distracting you? Do I need to
No.
go back to cleaning?
Please don't ask me that one. Because my first thought is to make some smart comment would get me in trouble.
Online or with me?
Uh, with people that may be watching.
Oh, okay. So you're not worried about being in trouble with me. I guess.
Well,
I see how that is.
you would know I was joking. Other people would not.
You hope.
The whole skill issue for not having the skill. Yeah, see, that's what I said. Just like your skill issue with not knowing how to beat Wigwam. So we have another instrument display to build. It is significantly less complicated than the last one.
You hope.
Oh, and I'm sitting here looking at it. You did Big Wigwam, but not at first, and eventually I'll get this thing put together. So we're all good.
Yeah. Eventually. All right. Well, actually, I came in here to tell you that I'm about to start vacuuming.
Okay, no worries.
So enjoy your Legoing or Lego building or whatever it's called. Love you.
Assembling like the Avengers,
But you're dealing with X-Men.
some of which are Avengers.
Anyway, enjoy.
Am I gonna be streaming tonight, Caswell? Yes, I am. So my son is with his grandmother right now, and I have been working my tail off at work. And my wife was like, "Don't worry about any of the to-do list foolishness. Um, go do whatever you want to do, enjoy yourself, and just relax." So this relaxes me, in spite of this, or even in spite of the skill issues that I may or may not have. Keep thinking my camera is on top of my computer, and I keep looking up there because I'm used to it whenever I'm streaming. Yeah, so I know that you only saw a portion of my stream last week, but I'm going to be continuing with Conker's Bad Fur Day tonight, which may become Tyler's favorite game because he also loved it last time. All right. Where does that guy go? Oh, right in the middle. Okay. Oink. Mm, towards the bottom. You know, I thought at first that I knew. I don't know about that. Dude, I would love to see your community's reaction if you played Conker's Bad Fur Day. I would just about pay you to stream it. I'm dead serious. Oh man. Mm. All right, so we are moving on to bag number two. Sorry about the noise. My wife is vacuuming and these things are loud. So next we're gonna put Magneto together. Hair and his legs are right there. You know, it was really funny when I was playing Conquerors last week. You were sitting back like, oh my God, what in the world is this crap? And then the other two of the other guys that were watching, they were like, this game is awesome. I love it. All this kind of stuff. So it just the contrast was really funny. All right, so there's Magneto in a little tiny Lego figure. We'll set him up there next to his old pal Wolverine, and I use that term very sarcastically. Oops, he didn't break. All right, excuse me. Here's bag number two. Move this back here. And here is mini bag number two. So basically, Nintendo or there was a company called Rare, and they were the developers behind GoldenEye and Perfect Dark and the Donkey Kong Country games. And they kind of got sick of, or they kind of got sick of the whole Mario and standard platformer thing, and so they decided just to give it a gigantic middle finger and make a game that was that. And that the Princess Peach is the reason that the gray squirrel that he ultimately is trying to rescue after a little bit of time, that's why she's in there. And then they also made him like a uncle that you know drinks too much. So Oh, Magneto also has a little floating platform. So Conkers was essentially some game developers got salty about the ridiculousness of some of the games of the time, and so they decided to do something about it. And they had something they wanted to say, and I think that they said it very, very well. Okay, so familiar, familia, real. I'm going to call you familiar if that's okay, because that is a long name to say. How are you doing today? Welcome to the RetroTea Lounge. We are not playing any retro games today, but we're doing something that is a lot of fun. And Toby, all right, cool. I can call you Toby. Mm, So we got two of these guys, and it's going to go toward forward section of aircraft. Okay, there we go. So now we're going to need these little yellow pieces right here. Two of them. They're going to go side by side with dark blue 4. And then a gray 4x2 on top. And then it's going to go there. So, Toby, welcome. How are you this fine Monday morning? It's still morning for 2 minutes. Only on the East Coast, anyway. So then we're going to take the slanted vents. If there's one, and there's the second one. These little slanted vents right here. And then we're going to take this guy. Oh, there's got to be 4 of them. Oops, can't count. I'm not good at math, and we knew that. There we go. Then that's going to go on the back. Minor part forward. And then we got these, let's see, these two long dark blue ones. And that is going to go. Yep. So we need 4 of these little white dowel rods. 2, 3, 4. And they're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 back. Then one in between. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. and one in between. Then we got the larger blue ones. Time to work on some thumbnails before work. You know, it's funny because I was thinking about this the other day. Actually, when I was at work, I, I think I was on lunch or something, and um, whenever I started, and I was even thinking about getting or crossing over from Twitch to YouTube, I was like, people think that it's just content creation, video game centric. They think it's just play some video games and stuff like that, and that's not even close to being true because you have to you know make content that people will want to watch. You have to figure out what they want to watch. You have to manage the community that you have. You have to edit videos if you make the long form content, and then you have to make thumbnails and edit and and. I mean, now granted, I'm not complaining at all whatsoever. Um, I do know that sometimes that kind of stuff does get in the way of the making the content. You know what I mean? So it's a royal pain. But I mean, for me, I don't know about anybody else, but for me, it's kind of a labor of love. Wait till you have to make emos, member badges, member names, perks, etc. That was so horrible. Yeah, that's something that I've been working on in anticipation because and by the way, I'm 83 watch hours away. So y'all know. Um yeah, like trying to think of those things, what would give people extra added value that would make them want to subscribe or become a member of my channel. I put those in wrong. So put them in backwards. Oh, okay, I see. I see now. So see why I didn't maybe put them in first. Yeah, and it's kind of mind-boggling to me because I never thought that this whole thing would get this far. I really didn't. And um, my wife asked me the other day. She said something. Trying to remember, trying to remember what it was that she said. But basically, um, I was saying something about watch hours. That's what it was, and how close I was. And she's like, you're not, however close. And I was like, well, it beats the heck out of being, at only 500 or 200 or whatever. So it's all about perspective and getting so close after working so hard to get to where I'm at. It's it's a little rewarding, to finally see the fruits of my labor pay off. And honestly, I really hope that it continues even, even after the the point that I'm trying to reach right now. I remember when yeah, it's definitely a grind. I remember when I was on Twitch and people were so happy about, you know, reaching affiliate, which really isn't that difficult in retrospect. Okay. At the time I thought it was the greatest thing ever. However, what I learned is that, that's when the work begins because okay, yeah, you can get subscribers and stuff like that, but now what are you going to do? You can jump up and get the numbers really really quick and follow for follow and all that foolishness and get all the numbers and everything really really fast. But then what are you going to do after that? And that's what made me start thinking about, making the member badges and all this kind of stuff like that. Because, you know, the biggest mistake that I think that people make with content creation is they think, okay, you know, yeah, I'm gonna do my whatever my content is, but they don't think past that and think, okay, why how am I gonna make this worthwhile for people to want to come and watch my content? What is gonna make it worthwhile so that, you know, I so that I can, you know, earn some sort of an income if that's what you're after. Mm, through that's gonna stick up a little bit. That's why when people ask me how to follow them, I explain to them that it's not the best way to do it. Yeah, it's really not. And I remember Tyler, I don't know if you remember when we were in that Discord together, Joker's VXS or whatever it was. There was a huge even though they said it wasn't, there was a huge follow for follow type of mentality. And various people, including the leadership, would get upset whenever you didn't do that, whenever you didn't take part in that. And that's when I learned the very valuable lesson about that kind of thing is that it doesn't work. It never worked because, and that's also why I don't get upset when, my viewers aren't my, quote unquote regular viewers like you guys, or any of my other regular viewers. If they're not always watching my content, that's fine. People have lives. They have other things to do, and that's okay. I have a life too. You I did my best to support various different people, and what it ultimately boiled down to is, what makes your content different than anybody else? Me, I have the historical side. That's how you and Tyler found each other, right? Yes, that is exactly how Tyler and I found each other. So, um, we were in that, and it was. I mean, it was fun for a time, and I actually was um appointed to the leadership at one point, and then things went sideways, and boy, did they go sideways. Oh, we need a little. grades, 8 of these. And I mean, most of the people in that group are no longer making content. The ones that I'm trying to think off the top of my head that I know of, the ones who are still making content are me, obviously, Tyler, and another guy named Amby Tones. And he is actually a Twitch partner now. He's done very, very well for himself. And I applaud that. And does it mean, and this is another thing, and this is not just in content creation, it's everywhere. If you see somebody being successful, that does not mean that they are a threat to you. Now, you can aspire to do the same thing. That's fine. Perfectly fine. But, they are doing whatever it is that their community likes. Now, if I try to do the same stuff that Ambi did or that Tyler does, then, it's probably not going to work for me because most of my faithful, viewership loves the stuff that I do, and that's the reason they follow me. And if I suddenly started playing, and this is not a dig at it, but if I started playing Fortnite and Pokemon all the time, that's not my brand. That is not my brand. Will I play Pokemon at one point or another? Probably. Just because they are retro games, not the new ones, not Sword and Shield and stuff like that, or whatever they're called. That's not my brand. My brand is playing all those games that are over there on that shelf, and that's what people come to my content for. And so many people misunderstand. They like, okay, I like Call of Duty, and a lot of people are watching it, so I'm going to go play Call of Duty or whatever it is, and then they get burned out because they don't see numbers growing. And what they realize, or what they have to realize, is that if you try to get into a saturated market, you are already behind the eight ball, and the probability of failure is high. It is not guaranteed, but it is high. Stack them up. But that's what I've learned over the last 5 years. Hello, darling.
It is lunchtime. I was wondering if you wanted to find a stopping point or if you just wanted to drain through lunch.
I'm just going to straight through. Hey, is that wrong? Nothing at the moment. She's been on her game this week, and I think we're having lasagna tomorrow night.
Mm-hmm. Or not our shepherd's pie tonight, but we were gonna have leftovers probably for lunch. There's
Oh, yeah,
half of a
chicken pot pie.
yeah, there's a half of a chicken pot pie left.
That stuff was good.
And there's also some
French onion soup right now. There's a restaurant near us that, well, They have French onion soup, and it used to be really, really good. We
Mm.
went there because she loves that restaurant, and apparently it wasn't very good this time. I'm not a big fan of onions. I'll eat them or whatever, but I'm not a big fan of them.
It was so salty you couldn't eat it.
Yeah, and I tasted it and I was like, goodness gracious, what they make this stuff with? Seawater? Like, come on.
Yes, they could have, but it was pretty bad. And that's coming from me
Who loves that place?
who loves the place. Everybody else's food was great. Way it seems to always go with me.
At least it didn't taste. At least Zeus's didn't taste like banana soup.
That's,
That was hilarious. This piece.
oh, did you need those bags? I just threw them away.
No, I don't. The little plastic bags.
Mhm.
No, I don't need them.
I was trying to kind of clean up your space here.
Well, I appreciate it.
Since I'm cleaning up everything else in the house, might as well.
Definitely appreciated. Yeah, so your French onion soup would probably look better than the one at that high-end restaurant.
Yeah, and it wasn't cheap either.
Nope, that's the worst part.
That was $16 for
A bowl of
a bowl of soup,
I was gonna say a bowl of salt.
bowl of salt, yeah, a bowl of like seawater, essentially, with some onions and cheese in it.
Eh,
So, would you like me to bring your pot pie in here, or do you want to wait?
Um, I mean, I can sit here and eat it. But I would appreciate it. You
Oh,
don't have to, but if you're offering, then I'll take it.
okay. Sweet tea.
I have some right there. I wouldn't be sweet tea killer without it.
Yeah, that cup is dark and you can't see what's inside of it, so it really could be anything.
It really could be, but it is indeed what I said it is.
I don't doubt
All
it.
right. So we got little blocks inside. One, two, three, four. I'm actually moving right along. $16, that's too much. Yeah, $16 for a bowl of salt.
The rest of the food was good though. Little man's mac and cheese was delicious.
Hmm.
Yeah, his $8 mac and cheese.
Oh, yeah, he did go with us, didn't he?
Uh-huh. He was little then. He was still in a high chair.
Take a little no more.
He ain't need him no more. Making me sad. You need more storage in here.
Tell me about it. I almost bought some when I was at Lowe's last time. I was really close to do, but I didn't. Well, I mean, so it's in a touristy area of Savannah, like the touristy area
The downtown
of
area.
Savannah, and like around River Street and all that kind of stuff. If you Google River Street, you'll know what I'm talking about.
You actually probably find it.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'm gonna go get you some chicken pot pie and find something for myself because I can't eat that. Um, I'm back on my diet.
So, by the way, Catherine, you saw Cyclops the other day in on Fortnite. This is his Lego minifigure. He's the third one. Magneto's the second
So Rogue's the last one?
one. Save the best for last.
Yes. It's hot in here.
Yes, it is.
You turn this around. Or just turn the heat off.
Okay.
You really need this open?
Um, yeah, you can. Now that you're done vacuuming.
I'm done vacuuming. Mopping and then I'll be done.
All right, where's your goofy hair? Yeah, the guy from X-Men, not the guy from Fortnite. There you go. So I have the 3 that have been built so far sitting right up here.
We'll make it a little bit more.
All right. They couldn't put these 2 pieces in the other bag.
Nope.
Come, put pointer.
They don't make cents, they make dollars.
That is true. That is 100% true. Lego does not make sense. They make dollars. Billions and billions of dollars. 3. So Tyler, what kind of thumbnails are you making? I'm being nosy. Four. Yay, I can count. In case Batman doesn't work again, I'll do Final Fantasy. Dude, I am so mad that that game like gave you so much trouble that day. And the crazy thing is, on my computer, I loaded it up and it just worked. Like I didn't have to do any. I did the little settings at the very beginning. I set it to what I wanted, and then it just worked. I don't know why. I cannot figure it out. And I mean, I was scouring the internet and Steam to try and figure out why in the world it was happening, and what I showed you was the only thing that I found. The only thing that really made sense, anyway. I guarantee it was over. Huh? Have you tried it at all? Like test stream since you did that, or since you tried to fix it. Don't think it would be, but pieces. Two, three, four. Buttons. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Hmm. Oh, they were flipped over. All right. I have just about gotten the entire fuselage finished. Get the bars go there. Oops. Thank you, sweetie.
Okay, Tom. Do you need me to put it in any position for you?
No, it's perfectly fine right now. Thank you.
Cool beans. If you want anything else, let me know. Do you need a refill on your tea?
No, I'm good. Thank you.
Great.
Page 7, the city that never sleeps chapter. Is there any scene that's a city that never sleeps? Um, is that's the one where Cloud sneaks into Jesse's house. So what you could do is make a where he sneak. Did you do that part already where he sneaks into Jesse's house? Because if not, then I think that's a perfect opportunity for a thumbnail to show him sneaking in and stuff. I'm trying not to spoil it. Dude, spoilers. We got the oh, oh, oh. No, her parents' house. Because I think that you were getting close to that point the last time you played. Or maybe you finished it. I don't remember. Lots happened since the last time you played it. Okay, you stole her dad's ID. All right, and yeah, and then you met the motorcycle guy. All right. And you met Aerith. Maybe that's so the next thing that you're probably gonna be doing is going to Wall Market, and there is a scene where Cloud and Aerith see Tifa in a cage on a wagon, and she's being transported to Don Corneo. So there's one idea. Yeah, there's a lot of weird stuff coming up that you have not seen yet, and you don't know about it because you've never played the game before. And I'm probably from the video I'm watching, I'm seeing. So yeah, there is a fight club, and you have to fight a house. Oops. So if you wanted to do that, well, I'm trying to think of something what you might actually get to in a 2-hour stream. All right, let me put it this way. I have an idea for your thumbnail. Have Cloud, Frog Cloud, Kermit Cloud, whatever, holding a tiara with a very, very concerned look on his face.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Thank you. Took him long enough.
You want to look at him?
Um, Not while my food's here. I don't want to get dirty.
I'll pick him up for you.
Thank you.
You can look at him. I can get him a bag. How is it? Did I get it warm enough?
Perfect. Thank you.
It looked long enough.
Mm-hmm.
This was the one that I was really excited about.
All right. So this little piece right here is going to be a little tough to do because I have to put that into there before I put this stuff on. Let's see. Um, um, cool.
This is great.
That's okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Do you like them?
Mhm.
I'll have to wash them before you can wear them.
All right. Now I need stickers.
You still ain't found a spot for him?
No.
That little man hasn't got him.
As soon as little man comes in here, he's like, red, red, red. All right, so both of these need the sticker.
Charge. Dun, dun. You said you needed some.
Sticker.
Table? The table? Okay, let's see. You would not be able to do this around him.
Oh no, absolutely not. Wow.
I think today when he wasn't here.
I was going to do this tomorrow night, but I'm not sure if I'm going to finish the squirrel game.
Well, I'm more worried about you guys getting home with the table
Oh, I'm not worried about it.
in a timely manner. You dropping food, probably on the box. Oh, they're individually wrapped. Individually wrapped. Nice. Sorry, I burnt the cookies. At least they're not tater tots.
You're not playing if you burn tater tots, I'll not be upset.
Tyler might be upset if I burn tater tots.
We're still got it. Tyler is a tater tot.
That's so mean.
Whereas he's not like, I heard tater tots.
You hurt tater tots?
I'm a tater tot? See? Tater tots, and he appears.
Well, I did not make you tater tots. I made you chicken pot pie, chocolate chip and pecan cookies, and fresh bread with butter.
Hmm.
Butter that I did not make,
Yeah.
but I'm working on it.
Again, these little bitty pieces for my big old giant hands. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces, 5 different Lego pieces. Ridiculous. If I'd done that, I would have done it when I worked at Amazon before I got arthritis.
Mm. No, I like your big hands.
All right.
Not what I meant.
Mm, 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 mm.
I mean, the next room I tackle, but they came today. Next are the bedrooms, but like I said, it ain't gonna be today.
Mm,
I'm taking a break today. I think I've done enough for the week.
mhm, mm. All right, so we got to do that again. Boom, Oops. Boom there. I was looking too far ahead. I haven't done the rude boss fight, so I might make that the thumbnail. Well, I mean, what you could do is put Cloud and Aerith in a fighting stance, and that'll be perfect. And I mean, no matter how far you get, because I mean, I don't see you being 100% done with the Dom Corneo part. I mean, you might surprise me, and that's okay, but there's a lot to it. There we go. So I think you still have to go through the sewers to get to it's been a while since I played that part, but I think you still have to go through the sewers, and that's time consuming because of Aerith's nonsense. What? Forgot what? Um, oh, and by the way, hello again. Ah, okay. Mm, gotta keep my eye on where the build is at so people can actually see what I'm doing. Well, it works for what I do most of the time. Is there something that has to go up under there? Uh, Excuse me. Now that we were talking about Final Fantasy VII, I have the fight music stuck in my head. Sit down, dude. Where does this guy go? Oh, this is the front. Oh snap! Oh snap! We got front. You're welcome. Yeah, that's okay. I mean, stuff gets stuck in my head pretty easy. So this guy is actually shaping up. It looks really cool. I mean, what it looks like on the box is one thing, but this thing looks really cool. So a little bit of a nerd moment, but so X-Men originally and the comics came out in the 1960s, and their jet, which is their unless one or two or isolated members are able to fly, it was based off of the SR-71 Blackbird spy plane. And they did that because the SR-71, what at the time, I think it's still like top five easy, but it is the fastest jet on the planet. And I mean, if you're a group of enhanced individuals and you need to get somewhere quickly, I can see the utility in that. Yeah, a little bit. Seven goes. See, they messed that up. Right. I used to have a somewhat encyclopedia of knowledge about aircraft in my head, but then I grew up and got responsibilities, and that stuff went bye bye. But I always remembered the Blackbird, number one, because I thought it was really, really cool, and number two, because it was the inspiration for my favorite comic book team's transportation. And by the way, anybody who's watching this, if you have not seen X-Men 97 yet, then my friends, you are missing out. It is a great show. And if you saw the original cartoon from the 90s, which is the reason that I like comic books, it picks up right at the end of that series and pretty much hits the ground running. You will notice a few differences in voice actors and stuff like that because unfortunately, the original voice for Cyclops died in 2003. His name was, I want to say, it was Norm Spencer. So that's unfortunate. I've not finished my lunch yet. Okay, that's kind of cool. So I don't think this was the original design in the cartoon, but here is a hatch door that opens for people to get in and out to the back seats. So, boop, boop, there we go. Snaps closed. Snap it open. Snap it closed. Now we need this one. Oops. And then there's your cockpit hatches forward and aft. I love red. Now, there's this box in here. I don't know what. Oh, I bet I know what it is. Magneto's cape. I like him without the cape. Not yet. Thank you,
I have
Don.
to make sure before I pick your plate. Oh, you're getting close, huh?
Mhm.
Mhm.
Hang on a second, sweetie.
My tire shifts you. Well, for what?
All right, so this is my wife's favorite character in the show.
About time. Last bag, huh?
So, angry face or happy face?
Happy face. I'm assuming that Wolverine only has one.
He has one mode. Stop. Yes, it's Rogue. Oops.
I don't do that whole damsel in distress, Jean Grey crap.
Yeah, there's Rogue.
Like a girl who can hold.
So, of the many figures that are included, two of them can fly, the other two cannot.
Technically, Magneto can't fly.
He can levitate himself. That's flying. He's not Buzz Lightyear. He's not falling with style.
Mhm. Has to stand on a piece of metal.
No, he doesn't.
But why does he have a piece of metal underneath him?
Because that's the way it was built. Comic accurate Magneto does not have to stand on squat. He's got iron in his blood.
Everybody does. If you don't, then you're anemic. You die.
You should off and die. Uh-oh. I might get this thing built before 2 o'clock, which was my goal. But, not really clear which side this thing needs to go in. Where's Spider-Man? So funny you should ask. Number one, he's not an X-Man. Number two, when Lego Marvel superheroes came out, pre-ordered it because I wanted the extra little characters and stuff that came with it. And I got a Spider-Man minifigure keychain that I kept for years, up until the point where the face and all the ink and everything rubbed off of it. Yeah, and while that game had some very, very serious glitches and bugs and stuff in it, it was still a ton of fun. Not 100% sure which way this thing goes in. I think it's like that makes more sense. Hmm, doesn't go in all the way, but it's pretty darn close. Okay, so then do that twice. Hmm, then melt it to the side on the back too. Okay, I think I see how everything's coming together. Uh-oh. I see how it's coming apart. Oops. Put that on backwards. The cool thing about Legos is you're allowed to make mistakes. Twice. Yes. Oh, there it is. Right in front of my face. Okay. So we're going to take this guy, flip it upside down. There. And that there. One of the coolest things about this jet and the series in general is there's a lot of yellow and blue, which just so happen to be two of my favorite colors. And whenever I met Coffee Killer, she had, or excuse me, still, she had and still has a blanket that her grandmother made her that is blue and yellow. So that was really cool. Oh, yeah, that's it. Our living room rug is blue and yellow. And I did not pick it out. In fact, I had little to do with it. I was there to do heavy lifting and help transport it back to our house. Do I? Thank you, darling. That's this is too close to what I do at work or what I have to deal with at work. But this is actually fine. All right, so now I have to do this again. Go back one page, I can piece it together from there. Oh, right here. How in the world did a hair get in this thing? Really short hair too. And now these are tilted forward. Oops. Got a little heavy handed with that one. Check that out. That's awesome. Oh, I'm an idiot. I'm gonna play. I want to play with this now. Okay. Oh boy. Me doing that for some reason reminded me of that '70s show when Michael Kelso he uh he does something and tries to get a bunch of like points from a bag of Cheetos, and so that he can get a gift for his girlfriend Jackie. And anyway, so he's like, I did it for you. And I was gonna give it to you after I only played with it a little bit. But anyway, I just thought it was funny. So Flint says torso. Yeah. Right, now I gotta do that again. It's weird seeing yourself, especially when you start to get a little bit older, and seeing yourself on recording, because then you start noticing that your hair is thinning out. Maybe it's because I need a haircut or something. I don't know. It's weird. Very, very weird. One minute you're feeling good about yourself, and then you look up and see the playback, and you're like, "Holy crap, I'm bald." Are you watching videos, little man? Okay. Um, could just be the video. Remember that. Okay. Let's see what we got next. Um, Akila made a good point earlier. I would not be able to do this with my son in the room for various different reasons. One of which he would be like stickers, stickers, stickers. But that's what little ones be doing. We are nearly done with this beast. Look at that. Oh, that's what that is. Okay. So, these little red pucks here, they go up here and then they shoot out. and I'm gonna do it really quick. Try to do it on top of the book so you guys can see it. But yeah, it did not show up on the camera at all. Yes, bro is building his Legos. So I actually just finished. That is the X-Men 97 Lego jet completed. So Wolverine is typically not a pilot, so we'll try to put his claws away. Lego Death Star win. That's gonna be a while because that'll definitely be a multi-part stream. All right. So Wolverine and Cyclops are in the cockpit, and it won't close because of Wolverine's head. Story of my life. All right, lean down, boy. There we go. He's just got to lean down, but they're in there. And then put Rogue at the control board. And then Magneto will have his little metal platform next to him because it's too tall otherwise. Oops. All right, there we go. Hey, man, no worries. We were actually just talking about that earlier today. Not a big deal. I mean, job is the reason I'm not here a lot, and also kids, which kind of feels like college sometimes because you have to learn new things and apply them. But anyway, yeah, no big deal, man. But yeah, there we go. There's the X Jet. And honestly, don't get me wrong, I love this Batmobile. I really like this jet. I guess that's true. All right, kids, no hanky panky in the back seat. The jet slaps. Well, thank you. So this has been sitting on my shelf since May when I went to Disney World. And I went to the Lego store in Disney and picked it out. And it's got weapons up here, and then there's weapons right here on both sides. So yeah, this is really cool. And I like that, it doesn't have to be like square now. They make, the curved pieces to make up the difference. And I'm really happy with how it turned out. And they even got the vents, which is, if I remember correctly, without looking at it, I can't remember, but they got the vents that are on the back of the actual SR-71 Blackbird, which, as we discussed earlier, this was modeled after. So, yeah. Um, I don't know when I'm gonna do this again because these guys are pricey. So it'll be a little bit, but next time I get another one, I will make sure to do it on stream and let everybody know ahead of time. I was gonna do this tomorrow, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna be finishing Conquer's Bad Fur Day tonight. So we will see. And now if I do finish, oh yeah, they're definitely unreasonably pricey. Now, I'm pretty sure I'll finish Conquerors tomorrow night. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do then. Maybe I'll play Super Mario Brothers or something. But anyway, yeah, there we go. Um, Thanks everybody for watching. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. And as I've been doing the last couple of streams, I am keeping everybody up to speed on the partner push progress. Say that 3 times fast. Subscribe partner push progress. I am as of this morning, I am 83 watch hours away. This stream will probably make a huge dent in that. So, um, everybody who watched and has subscribed and likes and comments, from the bottom of my heart, thank you, because this does not happen without the community watching. It's just me. I'm just a silly guy with a bunch of toys. So thank you very much. And I will be back tonight at 9:30 p.m. Eastern time, and I'll be playing Conqueror's Bad Fur Day. So until then, work hard, play hard, game hard, but above all else, be excellent to each other.